Hi, it's Pekka from Logbullet and welcome to our forest. Over here I have clearing saw and this time I'm over here just to prepare our forest for the cutting. So this is untypical stuff what I'm actually doing over here because this forest over here, we did do first thinning over here 10 years ago, but then there is some disease over here with our pines. So like this one over here, you might notice that it's like there is like nothing actually living over there top. So these trees are dying over here. So those are not developing like those should be developing, that growing up, and like at the moment those should be like thick. And we should planning over here second thinning. But at the moment it's like because of that disease, it's like nothing is happening over here. So it feels like this like the same time before, and like I can see like the living conifer is so tiny. Like even like after 10 years of the first thinning, which was made in the correct time, it should be like way more, and there should be like, because like that living conifer over here, that is like which is taking the sun, and also that has raised up the water and like all the stuff. And because there is like no conifer, living conifer over there, that means that these trees cannot grow up. So I did come over here and I'm preparing this for the cure cut, which is strange. But what my actually preparing means that over here we have like this spruce. I'm taking this down. It might feel strange that I will do cure cutting and then why I don't leave that for the next generation. The reason is that if I would leave this would grow up super fast. The quality would be so bad that I couldn't have like the logs from that. And then like about 4 meter radius, the new seedlings would not survive over here. So that would be just like waste of the energy. So now I will come over here and I will take down all of these little trees. Even that one, because that is birch. That would grow up so much faster later. So now I'm taking everything of those down. So that's spruce also. And then we will have over here, so clear cutting, so everything of this will come down. This area is 2 hectares. So it's in Finland, our clear cut areas, that is kind of typical for that. That is like even some people might say that that is a big one or that is normal one. So we don't have any like 20 or 30 hectares clear cuts. It's like usually 2 or 3 hectares the clear cutting. And what we will do over here, because at the moment we are little into problems. Because this land over here, this is that red berry or Vassium, so it's like the red tiny sour berry. That tells me that it's not like strong ground. Because we have like blueberries or bilberries, that is usually the good one. And then oxalis, which is like we call those fox bread, that with 4 leaves, that kind of stuff. So we over here in Finland, we always actually look for the like area. We look what is in the ground. So that is like for the red berry. That brings me that there is not so much power. So I cannot have over here spruce, because spruce at the beginning might grow up, but then in the later I would notice that like those are not growing up fast. And then if there is like dry summer, then we will get like problems over here, and all of those will just start to die and like. So I cannot take over here spruce. And the same thing for the birch. This is too dry for the birch. So we have birches, but these are not even like growing up. So there is only problem is over here that there is not enough water and power in the ground for this birch. So it's not growing up. And then pine, I cannot have over here pine either, because of that some disease what we have in the ground. So at the moment I'm kind of in the problems, because if you think that we have 3 trees, actually those are like 99% of what we are doing over here is pine, spruce and birch, 3 ones. And at the moment I think the pine is even most popular, but that is in the northern Finland. Then over here in the southern Finland, spruce is more popular, and like you get the best money for the spruce. So those are money trees. We will actually take also those down because it's kind of stupid to give this kind of small area. So we will also take this one away. I like to keep things simple and clear. So clear cutting also for everything over here will just come down. Yeah, but anyway, so at the moment I'm little into problems. So I'm at the moment planning, I think it's Oregon pine, or it's a Douglas or Oregon pine, or those might be even the same thing. But anyway, like I've tried from Northern America some special trees, of course from the Finland. But anyways, like, and the funny thing over here in Finland that like I cannot do everything freely in my forest. It used to be that I couldn't have actually even cut this down because there was like limits which are like the trees has to be big enough before you can take those down. So at the moment we did get a little more freedom to our forestry, so at least I can now take these down. But the thing is that if I want to like have the like seedlings that are not from those three major trees, then I actually have to like apply from our government that I can use something special, which is strange. And to be honest, I will make that anyway. They can just come to my forest and take those seedlings away because I need to have my freedom to work. So, and I think 99% they will give me the permit. So I'm not worried about that, but it's just like, it feels in some degree super stupid that I have to apply that I can do something in my forest. Yeah. So what will happen over here, they will have the clear cut this summer over here. So cut down everything. So this will be 2 hectares of emptiness. And then at the end of the summer, we will have over here excavator, and it will make like take the ground and make like little piles. So always like some area and make that like this. That is good spot for the seedling. And then after next winter, we come over here and we will have, I have to order those special seedlings actually, because it's like, those are not typical to have over here in Finland. Actually, any like, they will just make those for me. And then we will plant those over here. And then I will learn what will happen, because I don't know anybody actually who has that kind of stuff, but those should survive in this ground and dryness and everything. So that should be okay for this area. So at the moment I'm testing. I have to do, because this is like, also this forest, even we have with over 55 hectares of forest, and we are the southern Finland, so this is relatively good area. And this is like the only area where we actually have only this Vaxium, so red berry. It's a gingaberry. I think or at least in Sweden it's not gingaberry. Sorry, most likely gingaberry. But anyway, it's like this is like the only 2 hectares we have this kind of area. All the other areas we have like good ground, which is perfect for the spruce and birch. And I think the average we get like 8 cubic meters per year per hectare forest. So that means that we will have about 400 cubic meters per year from our forest forever. Look, of course at the moment, because we have like young forest, we don't get that much, but it's like we have good forest over here. And this is for me, even this brings money. So our family gets money from this, and we can use that for the nice stuff in our life, or we can build up the roads over here and all the other stupid stuff. Or we did actually build the sauna. So I was actually yesterday again in our sauna over there, and we did build up that with forest money. So that was like from our forest money account, we did pay that. So it was investment for our nice living over here. Yeah, but anyway, this is like, forest is for me hobby. I love to do this. I don't have to do this. I would most likely make more money if I would be at the moment building up machines. but I'm not a robot, so I cannot just like all the time build up machines. So this is like hobby. I feel at the moment like relaxed, my blood pressure is down, and I'm happily walking over here. Yeah, but anyway, so it's like that we have something special over there. It's more like hobby for me. It's not just my like tough forestry stuff that I'm like planning to do, that like how to get most out of my forest. It's also like mentally for me big thing that I have that Douglas, or it's that Oregon pine, or I don't know, because in North America you guys go with a different name of those. But anyway, I will try that and as a hobby, and I will learn. I don't actually know even how to like get those grow up. I don't know. So it's like, because I don't know anybody who has that. Nobody has like any experience how to get those. If I have to protect those, or what will happen, how to do stuff. So it's, but of course I hope that those will grow up, and like that disease what we have in the ground. So yeah, actually one thing we will have this summer, it will be during the summer, and also yeah, this we will come back over here, but this forest over here we will have second thinning of. So this was at the same time first thinning, and now it's like the living conifer gets even you are. It's like about 50%. So at the moment I didn't make so much measurements, so this is a little early. But in spruce need to have 50% of the living conifer at least, that it grows up fast. So we have been walking in our forest, and like we did measure with rare scope, but then we did notice like it's not yet, but then we were looking for the living conifer which is like going down. So then we were like thinking that okay, now it's like, we should do that second thinning. So we decided okay, now we will sell the logs. And how we did actually do that over here. This has been now about 4 or 5 years maybe. So I did go to internet service called Kuutio, which is Cubic. And in Finland, our government actually, they didn't make with LiDAR, so with laser, airplane and laser. And they did like measure all of our forest. And then they did make with automatically like the forest inventory, like good forest inventory for our country. And then we have internet service which like shows up that like what we have. And actually I did just use that information in that internet service, and I did like make that okay, I want to select these areas second thinning, and for that area clear cut. I want to do that in the summer, in the dry summertime, and then like who wants to purchase. So that was, and then like I did get offers, and then I did just like in the internet we did actually sign. So I didn't actually see even the log purchaser, and they will come over here. But this area they will not come. So this is like something for the future. So when we did purchase this, it was like this thick, like my finger. I didn't show you middle finger, I did index finger. But anyway, this we have been like few times with the gearing saw, and this is now waiting for the first thinning. And my dream is to make that I will make this. So this is kind of waiting for me. So it's like when I'm building up machines, I'm building up, like my motivation might be that I want to make a machine that can do stuff over here. So in this forest. So that is like what is like my how I design, how I motivate myself to do stuff. It's that like make good machine for that, for this area, for example. That my machine has to like survive over here. It has to be efficient. It has to do stuff. So that is how I'm doing our mentally stuff. Yeah, but anyway, this forest over here then is like we will have now second thinning. So some people over here, so what we are doing, like of course we are like planting the trees. Then we go with clearing saw and like give the space for the trees. Then those grow up for the first thinning. Then we will have second thinning over here. So I think about 50% of the trees. So it will be about 5 meter distance for the trees over here after second thinning, I hope. And then we are waiting like 15 years maybe. And then we will have over here clear cut. Some people are sorry for my sneezing all the time. It seems I'm getting it sick. Guess so, not right badly. But anyway, like some people have third thinning, but I think that is useless. I think like the two rounds is good for the forest. Forest likes about that. And now we will usually in Finland people have fear for do something in the spruce forest during the summer because you get easily diseases from the ground. So if you have like you cut the tree and then there is like diseases fly over there and like make your ground bad, and then you can have like for sometimes spruce because it's like it stays for a long time. So but this summer we will make that in the summer. But actually now I have to show you something. So you might notice that our ground is kind of easy. It's not like it's forest ground, but it's in some degree easy. So that is like I think the hardest spot in our forest actually for the mini forwarder. So I might have to clear over there and like make test driving over here because that is something difficult. Yeah, but anyway, it's like so. But you can also make in the spruces cutting in the summer. You just have to use like rootstop or some other stuff in your like cutting blade, and then like those diseases cannot go to the stump. So and the good thing in the summer is that in Finland we nowadays our winters are not as good as those used to be. So those are not as cold, and so that it might be that we get snow, and then snow isolates ground from the freezing. And then when you have cutting machines, those just go down, and it's like so winter is not always good. But usually we might have like dry summer, so it's not so much rain. So actually the ground is tough. Ground is tough in those moments. So then it's kind of smart if you have your gear cutting thinnings you make in the summertime, because in the winter we have like maybe 6 hours of light every day. So then like harvester driver comes over here in the darkness, they don't have any hope to see conifers or anything in the ground. They just cut down everything and they are like alone in the darkness in the winter forest. So then the quality is not, this will also everything go down. So then the quality is not as good. Okay, actually over here you can see that I think mooses are all the time eating just this down. So this is why we have like this short stuff, is that the moose is eating that. Yeah, but anyway, now my idea is that I will have the cutting or thinning in the summer. So we have 24 hours of the sun in the middle of the summer. So it's all the time bright. So no matter if they're doing work at 10 p.m., it's still all right. And it's nice for them. So they usually make the better quality. So that's why we will have this summer. This is now first time for me. So it's like having the spruce big machines. This is now first time. We did have actually over here this small harvester a few summers ago. They did actually 8 hectares of first thinning. And sorry for that noise. But anyways, like, and now we are going to that forest, which was like done with a small machine, and it's just so nice to come over here because it's relatively hard to find where they have been. Of course, I can see from the ground waves like stuff. Most likely they did try from here, but this quality was good. I am so much happier at the moment to walk over here than I would be after big machine, which removes half of the forest. Like over here, there was like machine going, so you can see that they did try from here, and it's like still the totally correct distance between trees. So this is perfect forest at the moment after first thinning made with machine. So this is something this is like my motivation to build up rock bullets, is that I make machines that people will get this kind of forests. Or not actually people, my motivation is just that I will get. Because I love my forest, I love to be over here and like seeing that my forest look like this. That is like, this is why I'm doing this. So just like, sorry, I have to swipe. So small machines make great quality over here. So that's why using small machines. Of course, actually in the second thinning, then we will have big machines. So now like clear cut and that second thinning over there. It can be big machine because distance between trees is so huge that there is no motivation to have small machine over there, because even the big machine can fit between the trees. So no motivation for that. Yeah. So this was my video this time. I hope you did like the video, and please give thumb up, and please leave comment below. So because those comments make my day. I'm so happy to read when you leave the comment, because then I can feel that what people are thinking when they are looking for the videos and other stuff. So, and of course big thanks for you just for watching, and see you next video. Thanks and bye.